Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss part 13 lecture of electrochemistry, and today's topic name is solved examples on electrochemistry. So in this lecture I will discuss some numericals from the following competitive exams like IIT JEE, IIT JAM, NET-GATE and other competitive exams. The numericals are divided into part 13 and part 14 lecture. In part 13 lecture I will discuss first 5 numericals. Now first see question number 1. Given E0 copper 2 plus copper is equal to 0.337 volt and E0 cadmium 2 plus cadmium is equal to minus 0.403 volt at 25 degrees Celsius. Will cadmium precipitate copper from a solution? Write down the feasible cell reaction and obtain the equilibrium constant K for that reaction. Assume reactants and products to be at unit conductivity. So first question, you can see here E0 copper 2 plus copper is equal to 0.337 volt and E0 cadmium 2 plus cadmium is equal to minus 0.403 volt. So the reduction potential of copper 2 plus is higher than cadmium 2 plus. Thus, copper 2 plus gets reduced and cadmium oxidizes to cadmium 2 plus. Hence, cadmium precipitate copper from the solution. So that is the question number 1. Next we have to find what is the anode reaction. Anode reaction, as I told you, that cadmium oxidizes to cadmium 2 plus. So cadmium to cadmium 2 plus 2 electron, that is the oxidation reaction. So E0 cadmium 2 plus cadmium is equal to minus 0.403 volt. And what is the cathode reaction? Cathode reaction is reduction reaction. So here copper 2 plus 2 electron converts to copper. Okay, so E0 copper 2 plus copper is equal to 0.337 volt. Now what is the overall reaction? Cadmium plus copper 2 plus converts to cadmium 2 plus copper. Okay, so copper precipitate out. Now you have to find what is the equilibrium constant for the reaction. So first you have to calculate what is the E0 shell for that cell reaction. And E0 cell means ER minus EL. So ER means the reduction potential of the reduction half cell and EL means the reduction potential of the oxidation half cell. So reduction potential of the reduction half cell, this value 0.337 volt and reduction potential of the oxidation half cell is minus 0.403 volt. So put the value here, you will get the E0 cell for that reaction. And that is equal to 0.840 volt. Now we know that RT ln K equilibrium is equal to NFE0. Actually delta G are equal, okay, for an equilibrium reaction. It is minus RT ln K equilibrium is equal to minus NFE0. But if you omit the minus sign, then you get RT ln K equilibrium is equal to NFE0. Therefore, ln K equilibrium is equal to NFE0 divided by RT. So log K equilibrium is equal to NFE0 by 2.303 RT, and here the value of N is equal to 2. So put the value 2 here. E0 you have calculated, that is equal to 0.84 volt. So put the value of E0 for that cell reaction 0.84 volt, and you know that 2.303 RT by F is equal to 0.059. So put the value here, you will get log K equilibrium is equal to 28.47. So what is the K equilibrium? K is anti-log of that value, that is equal to 2.95 into 10 to the power 28. Okay, so that is the answer. That is the equilibrium constant for that reaction. Okay, and this is the cell reaction. And finally, you can say that cadmium precipitate copper from the solution. Okay, so this is question number 1. Next problem. The reduction potential value of copper 2 plus copper and copper 2 plus copper plus are 0.34 and 0.15 volt respectively. The equilibrium constant for the reaction copper plus copper 2 plus in equilibrium with 2 copper plus is 3.6 10 to the power minus 7, 4.95 10 to the minus 8, 8.32 10 to the minus 6 or 3.01 10 to the power minus 12. So here you have to find what is the equilibrium constant for that reaction. Okay, and you can see the reduction potential of copper 2 plus copper and copper 2 plus copper plus 1 is given. So this is another problem from GATE chemistry. Now see here, The copper 2 plus copper reduction potential is plus 0.3534 volt. So here you can see copper 2 plus 2 electron converts to copper. Now if you find the delta G value for that reaction, that is delta G1 is equal to minus NFE. Okay, so now you can see the E value is equal to 0.34. So minus NF into 0.34 will give you minus 0.68 F. So that is the value of delta G1. Now consider this reaction, copper 2 plus electron give you copper plus 1. So here the suppose the Gibbs free energy change is delta G2. Delta G2 is equal to again minus NF into E. So here the E of the copper 2 plus copper plus 1 is equal to plus 0.15 volt. So put the value. So delta G2 is equal to minus NFE, that is equal to minus 0.15 F. Okay. Now we have to find the equilibrium constant for that reaction. And suppose the Gibbs free energy change for that reaction is equal to delta G3. So what you can write? Delta G3 is equal to 2 into delta G2 minus delta G1. Okay, so 2 into delta G2 minus delta G1. So that is equal to 2 into minus 0.15 F minus of 0.68 F. Clear? Okay. So how do you get? Delta G3 is equal to minus 0.30 F plus 0.68 F, that is equal to plus 0.38 F. Okay. So remember, Gibbs free energy is an additive property. That's why you can get the equation like this. Delta G3 is equal to 2 delta G2 minus delta G1. Okay. Therefore, that is equal to delta G3, and you know that delta G3 means minus RT ln K equilibrium. So minus RT ln K equilibrium is equal to plus 0.38 F. Therefore, log K equilibrium is equal to minus 0.38 F by 2.303 RT. And you know that 2.303 RT by F is equal to 0.059. So you will get log K equilibrium is equal to minus 0.38 by 0.059. That is equal to minus 0.44. Therefore, K equilibrium is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 7. So option A is correct answer. Okay. So this is the question number 2, and the equilibrium constant for that reaction is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 7. And you can see that delta G3 for that reaction is positive. Positive means this reaction is non-spontaneous reaction. Now see the question number 3. Given that E0 Fe3 plus Fe is equal to minus 0.04 volt and E0 Fe2 plus Fe is equal to minus 0.44 volt, the value of E0 Fe3 plus Fe2 plus is A 0.76 volt, B minus 0.40 volt, C minus 0.76 volt, and D 0.40 volt. Okay. Now first consider this reaction. Fe3 plus 3 electron, that gives you Fe. So electron change are 3. Therefore, suppose the Gibbs free energy change for that reaction is delta G1. So how do you can write? Delta G1 is equal to minus NFE0. So here the N value is 3. So you can write minus 3 into F into E0 for that reaction is given here minus 0.04 volt. So that is equal to plus 0.12 F. Okay. Now consider this reaction, Fe2 plus 2 Fe. So Fe2 plus 2 electron give you Fe. And delta G2 for that reaction is equal to minus N is equal to number electron change, that is equal to F into minus 0.44 volt. That is equal to plus 0.88 F. Here it should be F. Okay, plus 0.88 F. That is for Fe2 plus 2 electron to Fe. Now you have to find the Gibbs free energy change for that reaction, because you have to find what is the E0 for that reaction. Fe3 plus electron to Fe2 plus. Now suppose the Gibbs free energy change for that reaction is delta G3. Now what you can write, delta G3 is equal to delta G1 minus delta G2. Okay, so you can get this equation by subtracting equation 2 from equation 1. Okay, that's why you can write delta G3 is equal to delta G1 minus delta G2. So you can get minus NFE3, that is the electrode potential for that reaction. Okay, so minus NFE3 is equal to 0.12 F, delta G1 is equal to 0.12 F minus 0.88 F minus 0.88 F. That is equal to minus 0.76 F. Here minus 0.76 F. Therefore, minus 1, you can see the value of N for that reaction is equal to 1. Okay, so minus 1 into F into E3 is equal to minus 0.76 F. So E3 is equal to plus 0.76 volt. Okay, so that is the answer. So what is the value of E0 for Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus is plus 0.76 volt. Now see what is the question number 4. This is a net question, CSIR net question. So if the ratio of oxidized and reduced species in electrochemical cell is given by O divided by R is equal to E square, the correct potential difference will be number 1, E minus E0 is equal to plus 2RT by F. Number 2, E minus E0 is equal to minus 2RT by F. E minus E0 is equal to minus RT by F, or E minus E0 is equal to plus RT by F. Now see what is the answer. Now consider this is the E A N plus N. So this is the reduction potential for a particular reaction. So if you consider An plus, then An plus N electron will give you A. That means this is the oxidized species and it is written as O, and this is the reduced species, so you can write R. So what is the reaction? What is the Nernst equation for that equation, for that reaction? That is equal E is equal to E0 minus RT by NF ln R concentration divided by O concentration. Okay, so concentration of reduced state divided by concentration of the oxidized state. Okay, that is equal to E0 plus RT by NF ln concentration of the oxidized state divided by concentration of the reduced state. Therefore, that is equal to E0 plus RT by NF ln. You can see the value is given here, E square. So put the value is square here. So E square means ln square means that is equal to 2. So you can write E0 plus 2 RT by NF. Therefore, E minus E0 is equal to 2 RT by NF. So the correct answer is option A. Okay. Now see question number 5. The molar conductivities at infinite dilution lambda 0 for Na2SO4, K2SO4, KCl, HCl, HCOONA at 300 Kelvin are 260, 308, 150, 426, 105, 7 square mole inverse. Hence, the lambda 0 for formic acid in the same unit and at the same temperature, option A 381, option B 405, option C 429, and option D 531. So you have to calculate the lambda 0 of formic acid. So this is a problem from Kohlraasch law, and you know that according to Kohlraasch law, lambda 0 is equal to nu plus lambda plus nu minus lambda minus. Nu plus is equal to number of cation, nu minus is equal to number of anion, lambda plus is equal to the conductivity of the cation, lambda minus is equal to the conductivity of the anions. Now, if you see for Na2SO4, what you can write? Na2SO4 dissociate into 2 Na plus plus SO4 2 minus. So number of cations are 2, number of anions are 1. Okay, so how I can write? Lambda 0 Na2SO4 is equal to 2 lambda 0 of Na plus plus lambda 0 of SO4 2 minus. Clear? So you can write half of lambda 0 Na2SO4 is equal to lambda 0 of Na plus plus half of lambda 0 of SO4 2 minus. Similarly, you can write lambda 0 for lambda 0 K2SO4 is equal to 2 lambda 0 K plus plus lambda 0 SO4 2 minus. So again you can write half lambda 0 K2SO4 is equal to lambda 0 K plus plus half lambda 0 SO4 2 minus. Similarly, for other electrolyte, you can write lambda 0 for KCl is equal to lambda 0 K plus plus lambda 0 Cl minus, lambda 0 of HCl is equal to lambda 0 H plus plus lambda 0 Cl minus, and lambda 0 HCOO Na is equal to lambda 0 Na plus plus lambda 0 HCOO minus. Now, you have to find what is the lambda 0 of formic acid. And you know that formic acid is a weak electrolyte. Weak electrolyte means you can calculate the lambda 0 of formic acid by this Colas law. Thus, lambda 0 of HCOOH is equal to lambda 0 of H plus plus lambda 0 of HCOO minus. Okay, here the number of cation is 1 and also number of anion is 1. That's why lambda 0 H plus plus lambda 0 is HCOO minus. Now you can write lambda 0 H plus plus lambda 0 Cl minus plus lambda 0 Na plus lambda 0 HCOO minus plus minus lambda 0 of Cl minus lambda 0 of Na plus. So from that equation you can write that lambda 0 HCl plus lambda 0 HCOO Na minus lambda 0 of NaCl. But you can see the lambda 0 of NaCl is not given in that question. Therefore, you have to calculate the value of lambda 0. Now, lambda 0 of NaCl is equal to lambda 0 of Na plus plus lambda 0 of Cl minus. So, you can write lambda 0 of Na plus plus half lambda 0 of SO4 2 minus plus lambda 0 of Cl minus plus lambda 0 of K plus minus lambda 0 of K plus minus lambda 0 of minus half lambda 0 of SO4 2 minus. Okay. Therefore, from that equation you can write that is equal to half lambda 0 of Na2SO4, because you can see lambda 0 Na plus plus half lambda 0 SO4 2 minus is equal to half lambda 0 Na2SO4 plus lambda 0 of KCl minus half of lambda 0 of K2SO4. Now that is equal to half into 260. Lambda Na2SO4 is given, you can see that is equal to 260 plus lambda 0 of KCl that is equal to 150 minus half lambda 0 of K2SO4. K2SO4 means that is equal to 308. So put the value, you can get lambda 0 minus Cl that is equal to 126. Finally, you can write what is the lambda 0 of HCOH that is equal to lambda 0 of HCl that is given. Lambda 0 of HCl is 426 by plus lambda 0 of HCOONA. So HCOONA is 105 minus lambda 0 of NaCl that is equal to 126. So that is the value 1405. Okay, so that is the lambda 0 of HCOH, and the answer is 4057 square mole inverse. Okay, thank you.